Hey, what's up, soldiers? My name is GregFPS, the Zombies Extraordinaire, and welcome back to another Call of Duty Zombies Top 5. Today we're going to be doing the top 5 crews in Call of Duty Treyarch Zombies history. Now for this list, I decided to exclude Ultimus and Primus. They are the crews that consist of Takio, Nikolai, Dempsey, and Richtofen, just because they are definitely the best characters and best crews that we have seen in Call of Duty Zombies. So I hope you guys do understand that is the 1.0 and 2.0 versions that we saw in Black Ops 3. So anyways, guys, now that we got that out of the way, without further ado, let's get right into the list. But before we do, if you guys do enjoy the video, make sure to drop a like, subscribe if you're new, and turn on notifications. And if you do end up subscribing, make sure to let me know down below in the comment section, and you can appear on screen like all of these awesome people. Also, if you guys have any top 5 ideas that you would like to see here on the channel, make sure to comment them down below, and I'll be reading the comments to see if there's any awesome top 5 ideas. So without further ado, guys, let's get right into the list. Coming in at the number 5 spot is going to be the characters on Call of the Dead. This crew, which consists of Danny Trejo, Sarah Michelle Gellar, Robert Englund, and Michael Rooker. Now, they have all been in horror movies or TV shows that are horror based overall, which is really cool to see. And I really love Call of the Dead. It's so cool to have George Romero, the famous Zombies director, as the boss on the map as well, which has recently passed away, so rest in peace. But overall, I really don't see their involvement at all within the storyline. I feel like these characters just are completely one-offs. They play themselves because they were in horror movies, but I feel like they don't contribute to the story at all whatsoever. Like, yes, they get the different things for the crew who get stuck there in Siberia, but at the same time, I just feel like they're not really that important. The quotes that they have nothing to do with the storyline at all whatsoever, so I really don't even think they're that great. And I'm trying not to be like cynical or negative about anything on this list, but I really don't like the Call of the Dead crew, and I just never fall in love with them. I'd never felt that connection that I have with some of the other crews, so they come in at the number 5 spot. Coming in at the number 4 spot is going to be the crew on the map 5. The crew consisted of the characters John F. Kennedy, Robert McNamara, Richard Nixon, and Fidel Castro. Now, the really interesting thing about these characters is they were real people in the American government, besides Fidel Castro, obviously, who was the Cuban government. Now, it was really cool to see this map overall take place, because in the 1960s, that was when like the Cuban Missile Crisis was happening. The whole Cold War thing was going on with Russia and America, and Cuba also being on the side of Russia. It added a really cool like historical vibe to the map, which I really did enjoy. And I really like how all the characters talk to each other and function, and John F. Kennedy has some sick quotes as well, which really makes this map awesome for me. So the 5 crew comes in at the number 4 spot. Coming in at the number 3 spot is going to be the characters from Morgue City, aka Shadows of Evil. Those characters are Floyd Campbell, Jessica Rose, Nero Blackstone, and Jackie Effin Vincent. So overall, I really do like these characters. I think that they definitely were able to portray a great story on Shadows of Evil. Treyarch was able to portray that story, obviously, and I feel like I connected with these characters. I really loved each one. They were all so unique, and they really pushed the story forward with this map. Now, overall, their whole fractured Dimension 63 ends up getting closed off, and we hear Maxis actually talk about it in a portal that is down in like the subway station. So it's pretty cool to see that overall. I don't think we're ever going to see this crew again because their dimension has been closed off. So that's kind of unfortunate, but I think at the same time, I really did enjoy the story with these characters, and honestly, I would have liked to see them return, but unfortunately, I don't think that's ever going to happen. So the Shadows of Evil crew comes in at the number 3 spot. Coming in at the number 2 spot is going to be the Victus crew, which consisted of Samuel Stuhlinger, Marlton Johnson, Abigail Brayerton, aka Misty, and Russman. Now this group played on Die Rise, Transit, as well as Buried, and I really did overall enjoy this crew a lot. They are currently on stasis, which means in cryo chambers underneath Alcatraz Island until they are needed next, and we learned this from the Zombies timeline. Now I'm really excited to see how these characters are going to affect the zombie storyline in the future, and I'm really hoping to see them in the next Treyarch game. Now when it comes to this crew, I think that they had such a different tone in the comics than they did on the actual maps that they played on, and I would really like to see the more serious side, kind of like how the Ultimus crew changed into the Primus crew, and the Primus crew is much more serious than the fun-loving and, you know, original joking around crew that we saw with Ultimus. So I'd really like to see how they are going to be portrayed in the next Treyarch game. Let me know what you guys think about the Victus crew. Would you like to see them back? Let me know down below in the comment section. All right, guys, there's going to be one crew that is an honorable mention, and that is going to be the group of Marines that were actually on Verrucht. Now, this consisted of Tank Dempsey, John Banana, Smokey, and a 4th unnamed Marine. Now, overall, they didn't really have too much dialogue, and we learned a little bit about them and also like their radio transmissions to Peter McCain and things like that, but their story wasn't really too detailed. But I think that it was cool how Treyarch was starting to develop a storyline, and we see this within Verrucht. Now, this is only the World at War version. In Black Ops and Black Ops 3, we have the original crew, Dempsey, Nikolai Takio, and Richtofen, so just keep that in mind. But overall, they do share a really cool story, and if you guys ever dive into it, it's really interesting. So those characters come in as the honorable mention crew, and let's get into the number 1 spot. And coming in at the number 1 spot, as probably no surprise to any of you guys, is going to be the Mob of the Dead crew. Now this crew consisted of Billy Handsome, Sal DeLuca, Weasel, which is Albert Arlington, and also Finn O'Leary. Now this crew was all awesome. Like, they all played roles, like the actual actors played roles in famous, you know, mobster movies, and I feel like they really fit the characters so well, and this was the start of something bigger that we still don't really know the full concept. Chances are we're going to be going back to Mob of the Dead, so I'm going to be really interested to see if we actually see these characters again, and I would really like to see that. Now, we don't really know at this point, but we do know that Richtofen and the rest of the Primus crew did visit Mob of the Dead at the end of the Zetsuba no Shima Easter egg, so it's really cool how they all came up with blood vials. But I'm really, you know, excited to see how this is all going to play into the zombie storyline. So if you guys have any cool ideas, make sure to let me know down below in the comment section, or even on Twitter at GregFPS. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, make sure to drop a like and subscribe if you guys are new, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.